Howdy, Possum Patty and the Soggy Bottom Bunch here, as always. Possum City, Snail City, and Rock City behind me. Soggy Bottom friends all around, all around the room. Well, today is a very exciting Every Stone Has a Story to Tell Sunday. Yippers, I have not one, not two, but three things to share with you today. Yippers, we've got popcorn. Yes, we do. I'm doing an experiment, growing some crystals, and oh, just wait till you see what's going on. I'm doing journaling about it in my Everybody Needs a Rock journal. I have an out of this world rock to show you. Yes, just a girl who loves rocks. My rock of the day. Oh, just wait till you see this. There's a whole story that goes with it. Yes, there is. And I've got a new addition to my not a rock collection. So why don't you come on along? Look at my popcorn rock. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at all the crystals that are growing. Ah, I love it. I love it. We still have some vinegar that has to evaporate. So it's going to take another few weeks for this, but I'm so excited that all the crystals are growing. Oh, she's a beauty. She's a beauty. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to put it back on the table with the fairies. And if you've been following along, I did this page with the original packaging. And this is a limestone rock from Utah. And when you soak it in vinegar, it starts to grow aragonite. Aragonite, or aragonite, or aragonite. And so I printed out a picture. Of course, I printed out a picture. I'm going to put it right down here. The crystals were just starting to grow on March 15th. And now we've got a whole big bunch of popcorn there. March 22nd. And the little Canon Mini Ivy printer prints out stickies. And I'm just going to pop that in there to show the progress of the rock. And the last time we were looking in this journal, I had finished this page and I had plans for this page, which was to put the information that I printed out about the popcorn rocks and add a couple of these little circus stickers. Just for fun, I put a little popcorn edge on there and I'm following along. So we'll probably have to do one more page when the vinegar is all evaporated. Then I'll finish journaling about that or add it on to another page. We'll see, because it'll be the final pages for that. And this is Everybody Needs a Rock, and I've kept the entire story intact in the center of the journal. And at the beginning of the journal, I am just journaling about my collection. Yes, journaling about my collection. Dino Poo. This was a very exciting day when I got my new copperite. Copperite. Oh, and these were my calendar rocks. Oh, I never finished journaling about them, but I will. I know, so much journaling to do. So little time, so much journal fun to be had. So I have to finish journaling about my calendar rocks. And I put this in here because these are little organizer boxes that were gifted to me. And I want to journal about that there and then continue journaling about some rocks there. And I am journaling about the minerals that I have that match these mineral marble paint samples from Daniel Smith. And I don't know, I guess I'll put a little blurb here next to what these are. So this paint is actually made out of garnet, and this one's made out of bloodstone. This one pipestone, and this one rhodonite. I love this. I love this. And these two were gifted to me. And that's as far as I've gotten. Yeah, that's as far as I've gotten in this journal. All about rocks. And let's see, what should we do first? Oh, let me just show you this. I believe I showed you this, not a rock. And it's like a hard rubber, not a rock, fake rock. Yes, it's a hard rubber fake rock. And I also have this fake rock, which is foamy. Yes, it's foamy. And we used to play with this when I was teaching 3rd grade. And what's this pink stuff on there? That doesn't go there. One day we had a new principal, right? A new principal, just getting to know Possum Patty, right? Well, I wasn't Possum Patty back then, but you know what I mean. And I told the kids we were going to play a joke on the principal, right? Just the thing to do when you get a new principal, right? So she came walking into the room, and I was holding this like it was a heavy rock. And the kids were all sitting very nicely at their desk. And I said, oh, wait till you see this new rock we've got. And I started walking toward her, and I pretended that I tripped. And this went flying up in the air right at her. All the kids cracked up. The principal wasn't too happy. Could have got fired over that, probably. Oh, you have to have a sense of humor, yes. If you hang around Possum Patty. Okay, these are my not a rocks. I also have pieces of concrete and glass and other things that people thought were rocks but aren't really rocks. And so, yes, I love to play rock, not a rock with students. When I was teaching environmental science at college, and when I was doing nature journaling at the nature centers, it was always fun to play rock, not a rock. Which one of these things are a rock? And I actually had students who would bring me hunks of concrete or cement and as their rock sample of the day. And I'm like, well, it's made out of rocks, but it's not a natural rock, right? And so when I saw this, I had to get it. Yes, I did. I bought myself something. Mr. Possum was like, what'd you buy now? I said, oh, just wait till you see this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, here it comes. The mineral collection of Legos. Can you believe it? This is an adult. Legos are getting into adult sets. I know, it's amazing. Oh, and they have all these botanicals. And I had my eye on the botanicals, but I never popped for them. No. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to get this. Yes, I do. I have to get this. Lego adult set, the mineral collection. I have not even opened it up yet. It just came. And I'll tell you how I treat myself. I pay all my hospital, doctor bills, and medicine bills with my Discover card. And then I take the cash back and I treat myself to something fun. Because after you've been in the hospital and been to so many doctors and had so many treatments and have to take so much medicine, yes, it pays me back. It pays me back, and I buy myself something fun. How do I open it? I don't want to ruin the box yet. Okay, I'm looking for a place to open the box. Wow, it's really sealed up. Oh, wait. Here's a little thumb. All right, there's a thumb thing here. So press here. Press here with your thumb, maybe. Press here with your thumb. Share your idea, gather support, Lego review, new Lego product. So this is one of the ideas that somebody had. Somebody had an idea about this And then I guess I don't know, they got enough support that Lego went ahead and made the set. Because I don't have enough things to do. I'm going to do Legos too. Okay, now what? I guess you open it here. Now what? Now what? There we go. Tear the whole box apart, right? Ah, okay. Number 7. Oh, here's the book. Well, look at the book. Number 4. Number 6. Number 1. I think number 1 is the stand. And number 5 is that the stand too, or is this something else? That might be the stand. Oh, or maybe not. That looks like there's some pyrite in there. Oh, pink and green and yellow, like a fluorite. We'll see what they are. Wow. Oh, there's lots of books down here. Oh, how many books did they send? They sent 3 books. Oh my. Oh, that's what the inside of the kit looks like. This is what the box looks like. I showed it to Mr. Possum. He's like, oh, we're going to have to put that on display. I said, it's not very big. It's only like 7 inches tall by 11 inches wide. I said, this will fit on any of the shelves we have in the other room. He says, oh, we have to put that on display. I said, I have to build it first. I have to build it. Oh, why do they give you so many books? Let's see. Okay, this is for number 3. Oh, is there like 1 page for every move you make? I have not done Legos since Baby Possum was, I don't know, 7, 5, 40 years ago, 35 years ago. But now they have all these adult sets. I guess the kids who grew up with Legos wanted to make some more stuff. So they're coming up with all these adult ideas. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's no words. There's no words as to what they are. Wow. Well, this piece by piece, I'm going to build this. Yes. Oh, we can build it together. We can build it together. But there's no words. Okay, the box says there was something in the description about what they were. Contents were made in Denmark, Mexico, Hungary, China, Vietnam, USA, Germany, and the Czech Republic. Wow, made all around the world. Blocks were made all around the world. Well, I'll look in the description online because it's not telling you on the box. It's not telling you on the packaging. And it's not telling you in the books. But I believe this was, oh, was this a watermelon something? I'll put it here, what this one is. I know one is pyrite. The little gold one is pyrite. And then the large one is an amethyst. So that's the amethyst. And I forgot what crystals those were, but I'll put it right here. Oh, so there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them and this stands. And I'll put here what it is. Okay, that one is supposed to be, and this one is supposed to be. So I have 6 crystals and a stand to build. This is going to be super fun. Super fun, super fun. And now, and now for the big reveal. What is today's out of this world stone? I think you've already guessed. It is a piece of a meteorite. And this is the meteorite, tiny little sliver of a very huge meteorite that fell on February 17th, 1930 near Paragould. It is a stone meteorite, LL5 chondrite, brecciated black shock veins, fell near Paragould, Greene County, Arkansas. And I bought this from Schuler's Minerals, Fossils, and Meteorites. And I used to give this to my students so that they could hold a rock from out of this world. And it did have this fracture in there. It says it's got shock veins, and it fell apart. So I glued it back together again. So it was damaged, but that's okay. I told the kids, don't worry about it. And I just glued it back together again. But you can see little, I don't know if you can see them, but there's like little metal shiny bits in there. So then I stopped taking it out and passing it around, and they had to look at it in the little case. But, oh, I just wanted them to touch something that, you know, was a meteorite from outer space and fell to the ground. And this is a little case it came in. Yeah, very nicely done from Schuler's. I bought this a long time ago. You don't know how long it took me to find this piece of meteorite, because it had to be this meteorite, not just any meteorite. It had to be this meteorite, and it had to be cheap enough that I could afford to buy it. Of course, I was working at the time, so, you know, had a little bit more money to spend on these things, because there's a family story involved with this meteorite. I have collected up a bunch of information about the family. When the meteorite broke up, as it fell to Earth, it landed in a couple of different places, but the meteorite was so big that even though it broke up and burned up coming through the atmosphere, the pieces that it left on the ground were still very, very big. I have some articles here. Oh, about this meteorite. Oh. All this, yes. I collected studies about this, and you'll see why in a moment. And I collected all this. And I collected this. All right, I collected all this information. Okay. So first, the story of the meteorite. And this is an adventure of L.V. Rhine, brother of George W. Rhine. And this is from the book that I just happened to show, I think it was during the live, when Lala Gamma said that she had relatives from Arkansas, Little Rock. And I said, oh, my family's just from north of Little Rock, up in Greene County. And I showed her the book. Now, my aunt wrote this book. My great aunt, my father's aunt, wrote this book. And in this book is the story of the great meteorite in Greene County. On February 17th, 1930, at 4 in the morning, a brilliant streak of light moving southwest roused people all over the countryside from their beds. So unearthly and radiant was the light, it seemed the whole landscape was on fire. A roar and crackle like the sound of a giant engine filled the air, only to cease suddenly in a deafening boom. Excited citizens were filled with wonder. They had never seen or heard anything to compare with this phenomenon, which had shattered the stillness of the frosty morning. All manner of theories were voiced on the cause of this curious disturbance and blinding display of light. The next morning at Paragould High School, Principal L.V. Rhine, who was also physics instructor, told his class he thought a meteor had fallen near Paragould. Later in the morning, he permitted the class of 12 boys to leave school on a scientific expedition, following directions indicated by farmers in the area where the light had seemed to descend. The boys located a 185-pound rock embedded about 2 feet in the mud of a plowed field near Walcott and on the farm of R.E. Parkinson, 14 miles from Paragould. Excitedly, the boys sought permission from Parkinson to dig up the rock. He seemed little concerned and let the boys dig the 80-pound fused mass from a 34-inch muddy hole and transport it back to the high school for display. Suddenly, the rock the boys had found began receiving a great deal of publicity. There were calls from scientists all over the country, and people began coming into Paragould asking about the meteorite. A professor from the University of Iowa made a trip to the area to see the stone and collect data. He spoke to the science class and assured the students they had found a stony meteorite. Meanwhile, a greater prize had been discovered about 10 miles distance from the first find on the farm of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Fletcher near the Finch community, about 6 miles from Paragould. In an interview, the Fletchers related how they had been awakened by a piercing sound with their house rocking and vibrating as if from a blast of dynamite and the atmosphere aglow with a brilliant light. It shone like a giant conflagration. The Fletchers sprang from their bed to see a fiery object fragment into pieces, one dropping straight down and the other streaking across their roof. For a frantic moment, they thought this mysterious ball of fire might crash on the house. So awesome was the blazing spectacle, they thought it must surely be the day of judgment. It was several weeks before the greater portion of the meteor was located. A neighbor searching for a lost cow came upon it, buried 9 feet in the yellow clay of a hillside field. Clods of the yellow clay had been thrown 100 yards or more as the great stone plunged to earth. Mr. Fletcher, using a derrick with a team and a dozen men, worked several days to dislodge and lift the stone from its deep hole. It weighed 820 pounds, and when it was finally hoisted on a wagon, the wagon bed smashed to the ground. Then there began the endless stream of sightseers to the farm to see the meteor. Tourists came from far and near to look at the stone and the hole from which it had been lifted, now surrounded by a fence to keep the visitors as well as the cattle from falling into it. The rock was becoming famous, and visitors began chipping away fragments as souvenirs. As the fame of the rock spread, offers to purchase it were made, and Mr. Fletcher knew he had a valuable find. The publishers of the Solophone, the local newspaper, offered to let Mr. Fletcher bring his meteor to their office. Once it hits the earth, it's a meteorite, where it could be displayed and protected from defacement by a curious public. A stand was built on which to place the meteorite, and for a time it was displayed in the front window on Court Street and drew many visitors to the town. The Fletchers began receiving numerous letters from universities and museums and interested scientists. Letters even arrived from foreign universities, so great was the interest in the stone. Several museums expressed a desire to purchase it if sufficient funds could be obtained. Professor C.C. Wiley of the University of Iowa was particularly interested and made a special trip to Chicago to urge the Field Museum of Natural History to add the meteorite to its collection, which is considered the greatest in the world. He cautioned the Fletchers not to dispose of it until they were certain it would be in good hands, for Professor Wiley felt this meteorite was unique because it was so well documented and observed. No other fragments were ever found. Professor Nimminger of McPherson College in Kansas made the highest bid and bought the stone for $3,600, took it to his university for display, and subsequently sold it to the Chicago Museum of Natural History, where it is prominently displayed, bearing the legend that it was found near Paragould, Arkansas. To complete the story of Fletcher's lucky stone, a part of the $3,600 went toward payment on their farm. They shared generously with the neighbor who found the stone, and they presented him with $1,000 because, well, the plight of the family, there had been some serious illness and they were in straitened circumstances because of that. Anyway, back to Uncle Elvie. A scientist offered the Paragould High School class $300 for their fragment of the meteorite. The school board agreed to permit the class to accept the money with which to buy desperately needed laboratory equipment. Milton Hicks, the science class treasurer, had already opened a bank account in the name of the class. When the financial arrangement was revealed, the landowner, now we're back to Mr. Parkinson, became very irate over the rock he had given away. He elicited the sympathy of his neighbors and accused the boys of theft. He nursed his anger to such an extent he attacked Principal Rhine on the street where he was walking in company with one of his students. Without provocation, the big husky farmer swung a blow to Rhine's face, inflicting a nasty injury. A suit to recover the $300 was instituted, and the money was given to the farmer, who was fined $2.50 on the assault and battery charge. The dream of equipping a laboratory by the science class was dashed. So the farmer, when a meteorite falls, it belongs to whoever's land it falls on. But the farmer gave it to the kids. The kids took it back to the school. They were going to sell it for $300 to get equipment for their physics class. And when the farmer found out, he wanted that money. This is 1930. This is Depression. You got to remember that. So he sued to get the money back from the kids. And he was so angry at my great uncle Elvie, he smashed him in the face. And my uncle countersued, but he only got $2.50. Eventually, this fragment was presented to the Field Museum, but has since ended up in the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. I went there to see it. Yes, they did. A 3-pound chip said to have been part of the stone was loaned to the city by the museum for display during the town's centennial celebration. Scientists have shown unusual interest in the Paragould meteorite for a time it was recorded in the World Almanac as the largest in the world to have survived the friction of the atmosphere in its journey to the Earth. So up till 1930, this was the largest one. However, a later meteorite, which fell in 1948 in Norton, Kansas, weighing nearly 1 ton, bested the 820-pound Paragould meteorite, which had been chipped by souvenir hunters to 745 pounds and measured 22 inches in height and 28 inches in length. According to Mr. Rhine, now a retired attorney and former city judge, for years after the meteorite was discovered, geologists continued to visit or write him to get firsthand information on this rare event. So, this meteorite is tied up with my family history. Yes, great Uncle Elvie. Great Uncle Elvie. So there were so many people chipping away at the original stones that fell that there are tiny fragments, you know, to be had, to be sold, right, if you're interested. And I said, well, how do you know this is from that particular meteorite? Well, apparently they do assays and they can tell from its composition what meteorite it fell from. So that you can't, it's hard to fake. It's hard to fake which meteorite the samples come from because they can assay the stone chips, and by composition, by mineral composition, they know which one it came from, which they can match it up, right? So that's the story of Uncle Elvie. And this is a story that was published in 2009 about this the original story. Oh, my aunt wrote this, yes. And let's see. This was from the Encyclopedia of Arkansas History and Culture about the big rock that fell. And this one is somebody's meteorite studies. Oh, and he even mentioned my uncle, L.V. Rhine. And let's see. And this is some documentation about it. And a rich vein of fool's gold colored trollolite and Paragould peeks out from a broken face. I think that's what those little tiny gold specks in there are. You can see them in this piece. It's very small, but you can see them in there. The rock that fell from the rock that fell from space, right? Ah, yes, it's very exciting to find a piece of that meteorite for sale that I could buy and put in my collection. I bought this years ago, but yeah, so happy to find that. Well, there you have it. Yep, an out of this world stone connected to Possum Patty's family. Story in a book written by my great aunt Merle. Now, Uncle Elvie, he was the principal teacher, the lawyer, the judge. He owned the town newspaper and all the surrounding peach orchards and Paragould. Yes, he was quite a character. So I'm going to do a journal page, and everybody needs a rock. I'm going to get a starry paper. Oh, and I have a cartoon. Yes, I have a cartoon. Starting a meteorite collection was going to be so much easier than Chris could ever have imagined. And he's standing there, and there's a meteorite ready. Oh, there's a meteorite ready to hit him. Oh, but that's going to go on the page. Maybe a starry background, a picture of the meteorite. I want to copy at least some of this, maybe just a story, and put that. Maybe I'll make a big pocket, put it in the page, some of the documentation about the meteorite in there. That was my rock of the day, yes. Oh, so I have many more rocks to journal about. I have more mineral marble paint samples to play with, and some mineral Lego building to do. Yepers, all rocks all the time. Oh, well, this is so much fun. I think this might be the last, there's a lot of pages left in here, last learning journal for rocks separately, because I'm getting to the point where I'm just thinking about smashing everything into one journal, because I think I get more done like that. Yeah, all my daily journaling, art journaling, rock journaling, possum journaling, all my journaling, yes, into one cosmic smash. I might do that, not sure. Might do that, we'll see. But having all the rocks in one place is a good idea, isn't it? Well, we'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Well, happy learning journaling, and happy daily journaling, and happy junk journaling, and happy rock collecting. Do you have any Nada rocks in your collection? Let me know. in the comments below. Bye-bye.